Take one. Welcome to Cooking Live with Carolimas. I'm Emma Cromedy, one half of the dynamic duo, and this is Samika Jenkins, the other half of the dynamic duo.
And this is your shoe chef, Dan.
So today we are preparing pork and beans and rice and fried chicken. We've already started our rice and the rice cooker. If you don't have a rice cooker, of course, you can always make it on top of the stove or in the oven. You can also make rice in the microwave as well. But today we are using our electric rice cooker, and we've already started that, so that's going. So pork and beans and rice is like a staple in Charleston. You meet very few people here that don't eat pork and beans and rice. And we're one of those cities where, even though we have the pork and beans and rice, we feel like we need meat on the side. So the fried chicken is going to be our meat on the side. So we're going to go ahead and get that started because that's actually going to take longer than the pork and beans. Here at Carolimas, we use a processed 1-to-2 ratio with hot sauce and water. And we do that because it makes our chicken really crispy. So we're going to take our chicken pieces and put it in there real quick. Make sure everything's coated. And the temp that we have the fryer on is 350. And so with this chicken, but we always remind you have a wet hand and a dry hand. And notice we did not season the chicken because all of the seasoning is in the breader. Of course, we make our own breader in-house. So we have a special blend of herbs and spices that we use. And all of that flavoring is in the breader of the chicken. So you want to remember when you're frying chicken that you want to dust the excess flour off. If you're a real pro and you're pan frying, to use a little flour to test your oil to make sure it's hot enough. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest of these in. We're using these drumettes today. They cook fast and they're good. So Samika, about how long we're going to cook these drumettes? So at 350, you can cook them anywhere from 12 minutes to 15 minutes. It just depends on how extra crispy you want your chicken. You know, a lot of times, black folks, we like our chicken fried hard. If you like your chicken fried hard, definitely going to be a 15-minute fry. Especially with these drumettes because they're a little thick. But what you want to do at the end of your 12 or 15 minutes is you want to use a thermometer and take the temperature, and chicken should be cooked to at least 165. Once you reach 165, it's done and it's safe for you to eat. Now we're going to have Chef Daniels to cut and peel this onion because we're going to use the onion and the pork and beans because we like to use Vidalia onions. And our pork and beans are Vidalia onions and the sweet onion. So Daniel's going to peel and probably just julienne this for us. And in the meantime, I'll get started with frying off the bacon and the sausage. And if you don't eat pork, it's okay. We are using Van Camp today. We have the bacon going is because what's better than bacon than anything? Bacon grease. So we'll have the bacon grease, and then we'll have the bacon and the pork and beans. So this is our second time doing a pork and beans video. We did one during COVID, and we had Cameron to be a part of the video. She didn't think that our pork and beans was as good as her nana. God bless her soul. So we're going to try again today, get her opinion, and see if we would do a better job. Nobody told me to be like her name. And Chef Daniel, if you could please cut the sausage too in circles and put them right back in that bowl and fry that inside. And then when you have the chicken frying, we like to shake it a little bit so it doesn't stick together. You see how Chef Daniel cutting board is moving around a lot. He forgot the trick, putting that wet towel underneath the cutting board to help keep it in place. Our bacon grease, just to get all that essence out of it, because it's going to cook with the pork and beans anyway, but you know, give it a head start. You know, this chicken is so pretty, guys, nice and crispy. We're going to let it fry a little bit longer so it'll be nice and golden brown. Ooh, Danger, danger. Don't do that at home like what Samika just did. Because that could slit your fingertip. But I live on the edge. Always. And then they'll tell me, sister, I knew it wasn't a good idea when I was doing it. Got our sausage in here, our onions. Looking good. We know for a fact, one of the things we have to add is sugar. Probably like a 4th cup of sugar. We're going to let that simmer a little bit. I am going to add some black pepper and just a little seasoning salt. Okay, and if somebody could stir that in, please. So, we have Daniel checking on our chicken. We like our chicken fried hard. We're going to get the thermometer so we can test one. And what we're looking for is 165. He's going to stick it in the thickest part of the chicken without touching the bone and see if we get to 165. If we get to 165, we know the rest of the cooking is just gravy. Yes, and it's just because we want our chicken fried hard. Yes. So we know they're finished, but we're going to let them cook just a few minutes longer because we like our chicken fried hard. We always like to eat the bacon before we even put all of it in the beans. It's just a habit. I don't know. I already had a piece.
You're at 5.
But see, for me, I don't like soft bacon, so that's why I would eat mine on the side. Notice how he's letting the oil drain off, even though we have this fry pan. We're going to get as much oil as we can off before we put it on here. Our rice should be finished. And we are just waiting on our pork beans to like start bubbling a little bit. Once it starts bubbling, you know it's finished. The bubbling will help once it starts boiling, it'll thicken up a little bit, correct? Yes, that also helps it to thicken up. Yeah. So this is what we call pot rice. There's so many different types of rice. But here in Charleston, we are rice eaters. We eat rice with everything. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mm-hmm. And so, but when we make pork and beans, the thing is, pork and beans is best enjoyed with what we call pot rice, which is just a long grain rice that kind of sticks together. So that's what this is. I know you'll be honest. Beans doesn't take long.
We're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
It's still
Quite
not
close.
bananas.
Quite close.
But we're getting there. But this is looking really good. You can tell our sausage is nice and cooked. Our beans look good. The onions are sauteed. Bacon's in there for the flavoring. The longer it simmers, the better it gets. I'm just going to stir it. When I ladle it up, I'm going to get a big scoop with sausage and everything on there. Just put it right there on top of you. So for those of you who don't know, Chef Daniel loves a good pot. Right. He loves a good pot of food. Whether he makes it or somebody else makes it, he don't care. So put it on the plate or on the side. Just put it on the side. So we're going to try this. Yeah. Tastes like pork and beans and rice.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Mm-hmm. This is good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us next week.
See you guys.